Doctor Who, you utter bastard!
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Madmen with a Box, live for the 158th time. I'm Pixel, in my weird cut-off bubble. Over there is Chris, OZChris, the Mad.
I'm mad.
Hi, Matt. And below is Joe of the Corallo of the comics.
It's true, all of it.
We're here today to talk about the Mark of the Rani, you know, the Rani's debut story. And before that, we just have like one piece of news, which is, which is this. What is this? We have two new Doctor Who audio adventures coming in 2026. One featuring the first and the second Doctors. The Mind Trap, and that'll feature
By John Peel. They're still giving him work.
Featuring the second Doctor with Jamie and Zoe, and then Starflight by Paul Hayes with First Doctor and Susan, Barbara, and Ian. So yeah,
Huzzah!
Huzzah! I mean, they're not really full productions. So
Yeah, it's most likely just an audiobook as usual.
Audiobook. It's an audiobook, and that is Gevain. Hello, Gevain.
Hello, gentlemen. How are you tonight?
Hey.
Just finishing up talking about our only piece of Doctor Who news. So, yeah.
Is Fraser Hines at least going to read the second Doctor one? Because I feel like
it doesn't say.
like he's all on that. He's pretty. I feel like he hasn't met a fan he doesn't want to talk to. So.
I mean, he didn't come to see you.
He was sick. You know, he couldn't.
I know.
Yeah, but
joke, a jest.
Yes, but yeah, no, it's that's fine. But yeah, that's nice for John Peel. He was there. He is. John Peel never left.
He's always been here, lurking in the
just going around saying, "I wrote Time Worm Genesis." And it's like, John, no, we don't like that. Don't boast about that one.
He's written so much, Doctor.
He has, and a lot of it is either just not good or just okay, or just adaptations of like novelization adaptations.
Yeah, he's done so many of those. Yeah.
Hopefully, this one's okay. That's our only piece of news, boys. They're done. There's no more news. We're newsless.
Oh well. There isn't. I'm glad that there's the interest in Doctor Who has gotten so low that we're even over.
Oh my God! I'm so sorry. I lied. There is one more new piece of news, and I'm not even going to pull the post because I don't want to go find it. It turns out we have the name of the Sea Devil in the Land Between, the War Between.
Oh yes, I saw this.
To hear guesses what the name of this Sea Devil is going to be.
Marty.
No.
Snickers.
Closer.
Oh Lord.
Unfortunately, Chris knows, so we can't make any guesses. Are we getting more than 5 minutes? That's right. The character's name is Salt.
Oh Lord.
Absolute cinema. Russell T. Davies, you fucking genius.
I feel like that could be better.
You feel?
I think so.
I'm getting the vibe it could be better.
Yeah.
I saw another tweet about it, like BBC. Okay, Russell, we're getting this Disney budget to go ahead and make a spin-off Doctor Who show. What have you got? I want to make a story about a guy that really wants to fuck Salt.
Well, I guess it's better than Brian. But anyway.
Just
Yeah.
watch. It's gonna
mean,
be this. It's gonna be this long, convoluted name that has the word salt in it, and they're just gonna be like, "We're gonna call you Salt for short." I'm not gonna say all that.
No.
Are you saying they're Thrawning it?
Yeah.
I like Thrawn. Okay. But anyway.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like, God, I'm trying to think of a good joke to go with this. I feel like, I don't know. Do they bring in like Peppa here? I feel like calling them Salt's really pushing it.
All right. I was thinking it, Joe. You said it, but I was thinking it. Wow.
Genius.
Well, just say, boys, good times ahead, huh?
Yeah.
Speaking about good times ahead, let's talk about the Mark of the Rani.
Oh, you had my hopes up there for a second.
I know.
Oh boy.
You want to go ahead and give us our brief starter, Chris?
Before that, Ashan, who's in the chat, and CN Bluestone, hello. Ashan says, "Salt, short for assault." Yeah, assault on my brain cells.
There is a great fish and chip place that's run by actual Brits in Manhattan called Assault and Battery.
Oh, God. Lord, no. And somewhere, Debbie Davis is going, see?
It's great. You can get the mushy peas and everything.
Uh,
They don't have the mushy peas at all, at most American spots.
CN Bluestone says they love Assault and Battery. So
It's good stuff.
okay.
Okay, so
Info, Chris.
we rolled the dice or the die, and it happened to. Oh no, we actually just decided, fuck it, let's just. Actually, I can't even remember what we chose. We
rolled, and we ended up with the Sixth Doctor, and then we ended up with. There's only 2 seasons, so we went ahead and rolled for the episodes in the first season.
Yes. And we landed upon the Mark of the Rani. So this is the 3rd serial of Colin Baker's debut season, season 22, written by Pip and Jane Baker, and is premiered on the 2nd of February, 1985. So this is only comprised of 2 parts, thank God. In 19th century England, the Sixth Doctor finds himself facing 2 competing enemies, his old adversary, the Master, and the Rani, another Time Lord with a sinister plan. The local population is turning violent and unpredictable, with a major meeting of the brains of the Industrial Revolution due to happen in the village soon. The Doctor must work out what exactly is causing all the problems. Only the Doctor can stop the Master and the Rani's evil plans. Yeah.
Okay, Joe.
Yeah.
Joe, you were the first to pop in after, so go ahead, start us off. What do you love about Mark of the Rani?
Sure. First, I know, I feel like this season in general kind of sucks. So it's tough. We've done 2. I at least have been on here when you guys did the 2 Doctors as well, and similar to the 2 Doctors, this has some real pacing issues, and it's because of the 45-minute or so, like the 50-minute whatever it is, breaks down to time as opposed to the smaller one, and I feel like they just did not get the pacing for the longer episodes. almost every story in this season suffers from pacing issues because they couldn't adjust to the new time, which I think is part of what elevates the Trial of a Time Lord season, is when they're back to the half-hour model. They're a lot better with that. But I really think I was actually talking about this at LIQ. Vengeance on Varos is probably like that, and Revelation of the Daleks are probably my two favorites from this season. And I think it's Vengeance that gets the pacing for the longer episodes the best. But Mark of the Rani is, for me, very solidly in like the mid category for this season. Mid, maybe lower mid. It's better than Time Slash. I think that's the worst one this season. But it's like Mark of the Rani is so confounding because it is both slowly paced and not a lot going on while also being too bloated. There is somehow, I mean, Pip and Jane Baker suck. They were bad. They were bad at a lot of the things they did with Doctor Who.
They were doing their best, okay?
I know that, I'm not saying they're bad people. But this story mostly blows.
They contributed a lot to Trial of a Time Lord. It's what keeps me going.
Yeah, but
what do you mean? It was just Terror of the Vervoids and part 14 of The Ultimate Foe. They did not contribute a lot. They did one story and then had to come in for the last part because what was it? Was it Robert Holmes passed away?
Yeah, he passed away.
Yeah, Robert Holmes passed away, yeah. But,
and Eric Saywood refused to give them the original scripts or original drafts.
Yeah.
And I think, as Sean's asking, better or worse than the two Doctors? Like,
it's hard to be worse than the Doctors.
It's tough, but yeah, I have to say it's worse than the two Doctors because
what?
At least you get like the problem with this is it's like pacing wise they're both really bad, but at least the two Doctors we get Patrick Troughton back, we get Fraser Hines back, we get a guest spot by Jacqueline Pierce. In here, like, I don't know, like, I'm a little torn because there are, like, it is a little breezier than two Doctors, but, like, part of the problem of this season overall, too, is it's sort of dealing with the same theme of violence over and over again. And it's kind of like, it's basically like the two Doctors, Vengeance on Varos, Mark of the Rani, like they're all like kind of saying the same thing about violence. And it's like, does every story this season need to say the same thing? You get the there's so much redundancy in the Master and the Rani. I understand that they were trying to get the Rani over, and I know there were issues where they didn't think they were going to be able to get the Master back necessarily, and like I get that. But you end up with a story that undercuts itself. Mm-hmm. Like the Rani never gets a chance to flourish because the Master's taking up so much like screen time, and it was just so lazy. Like part of where it hurts me enough to maybe put this below two Doctors is that line when she's okay. So like, again, this is part of why Pip and Jane Baker just suck so fucking hard. There's that bit where she's just like, I thought you were destroyed in your last adventure. And it's like, how the fuck would you know that? What? Why do you know anything about that? And then
that felt more like for the audience, and
Yeah.
instead of just like that's her being like, "Oh, I thought you died."
Yeah.
Because you could have that same effect, but with the Doctor saying it, or Perry.
Yeah.
Because Perry was there when the Master died. So
it would have made a lot more sense if Perry was the one to run in the Master and was just like, but I saw you die. And like, but, and then for her to be the one to say that, and then for him to be like, I'm indestructible. The whole universe knows that. That was such a fuck you moment of just like, who gives a fuck? I'm back. And it was just like, they did, like, when you think of the beginning of the John Nathan Turner era, and you think of previous appearances of the Master, like, John Nathan Turner so skillfully oversaw the return of the Master and the casting of Anthony Anley and all of that, and it felt so intentional, and it felt like that there was a purpose and there was a vision. And this seemed like, whatever. Just put it back on. And it just sort of sucks the wind out of the sails of it. The violence ends up being silly for a lot of it. Like when Colin Baker's like in the well, and then the guy has like the shovel and instead starts hitting like the chain instead of Colin.
I laughed so much watching that. It's like they're told to kill him and he just has a shovel, and instead of using the logical, having the logical thought of maybe I should use the shovel to, like, I don't know, cave his head in or hit him anywhere with the shovel, is like, what if I just hit the chain that he's holding repeatedly? I'm like, what?
Yeah. No, for sure. And Sean, we don't talk about time flight here. So with this story though, it's like, so you have that, and then it gets so muddied in this like talk of violence, and then just throwing around like the botany stuff just for Perry, but not really doing anything interesting with it. Like, I don't know. Like, I need to leave other things for people to say, so I'll cap it there for now. But like, it could have been better.
Gevain.
Yeah, I'm with Joe. I think the thing is, a few words that he used: bloated, muddled. A forced attempt to get the Rani over by having a Master. Like, it doesn't give her character room to breathe. So it's like she's never seen as somebody that could be an equal, a peer, a threat to the Doctor, because she's too busy playing second fiddle to both of them. She comes off like as their like annoying little sister. And it's just something where you really don't know what the purpose of her is or what she's trying to do. So that's why when she was brought back in the most recent Who, there was a real opportunity to kind of reinvent her, if you will. And it was just a missed opportunity, much like with this here. It's like every time I see this character, it's like I just think female high evolutionary and what you could possibly do with that. Because it's almost like, how could I put it? It's like when she's kind of talking to the Doctor and the Master, it's kind of like, oh, you boys kind of a thing. Like, don't you know there's more important things to do than you running around just exploring for the sake of exploring, and you being so pompous as to call yourself the Master, conquering, and you ain't really conquering anything. But it's like she never gets to that. She's never allowed to get to that level of almost being more purposeful than them, which is, it's like that's the sense of where they get where she's going with the character, that she's like up to something, but at the same time, it doesn't really seem like she is up to something. And it's just like, she's just a placeholder. And it's like, to me, she's like this annoying little sister. And then when she shows up again, I think she shows up again the next time in Time of the Rani, looking like, a Time Lord Raggedy Ann. It's like, they just don't know what to do with this character. And you're right, Joe. This was muddled. It's like it starts off with a bunch of guys going into I don't know what the hell it is, going to get a bath or whatever the hell it is. She's playing some old lady that's sticking marks in them, hence the title, Mark of the Rani. Perry shows up complaining about this and running around in a dress, and like you said, that Three Stooges moment where they're trying to knock him down into the well. It was funny. It was funny.
Yeah.
It was like a Monty Python skit. Like, get him. Hit it with the pipe. Okay, that's not working. Hit the chain. No. Hit the wood. It's like, what the hell are you doing? And then when they do finally get him, then they go even extra stooges. They tie him to a cart or something and send him like, yeah, we got him now, boys. Ha! He just goes spiraling down towards it. I mean, that was unintentionally funny, but it just went nowhere. It just the episode goes nowhere. I honestly, and especially after the latest outing with the Rani, I almost feel bad for her at this point. And it seems like to me, like Missy is almost like here's how she should have been done in a sense. How she should have been done, because when Missy came along, that's who it reminded me of. Was in the sense of like what the Rani could have been, but it just always seems like it seems like they just don't know how to do an evil female Time Lord. And it seems to me that could be a really interesting concept if somebody just pulled their head or heads out of their collective asses and just got it done. But this is, I would probably use Joe's word, this was just bloated. There was way too much going on at the same time. It wasn't focused. And it just didn't produce anything worth remembering. Because I'm still trying to remember, but I tried to watch it 3 times. I'm still trying to remember like pretty much what the ending was. And I can't really recall it. I watched it. I had to start it. I started it 3 times. Couldn't get through the first part without falling asleep. I finally got through the last time through both, and I was just like, "This is just, it's just." There's nothing interesting from the beginning of it to the end, except for some unintentional humor and the recognition like, yeah, they could have done something with this character, but the only way it could have been done is, why is the master there? Why is he there? It's to say, if you're introducing someone like this, give her a shot. Let her run a bit. It's to Joe's point about like her getting over. I don't think she ever had the chance to get to a place where we would need to know if she needed to get over or not. It just seemed like they were afraid to put her out there by herself. It's like, put her out there by herself and see what she can do first. Then, because this is what happened in wrestling, they at least debut the wrestler first. Then if they suck, okay, put them with somebody else so we can help them get over. Here was like, you had so little confidence in this character. You knew so little of what to do with her. You had to bring in the master to basically give her the bump, give her the rub. Yeah, and very, very disappointing episode. And this is why with 6, I'm a much bigger fan of maybe 6 kind of like 13. Maybe this is just the fault of like, could have been a really good doctor, but just terrible creators at the time. Because the Big Finish 6 Doctor is great.
Yeah,
love him.
I agree. Colin's incredible. Also, I should throw in this is the least flattering costuming Perry gets this whole season.
That's true. That is true.
It doesn't matter what
that
she's
also
wearing.
was unintentionally funny.
You could say, Gevain, that this doesn't hit the mark.
Man, when I saw why they named this, I was like, wow, okay, guys. This, like, to Joe's point, lazy. I don't know if lazy does it justice. It's something. but maybe more along the lines horse shit.
It is a
But
lot.
yeah,
It's a lot like Bluestone is saying in the chat where he's. Oh, can I get it? Yes. It's a shame because an amoral Time Lord scientist is a very good concept.
Exactly. It's like what someone who doesn't care. So it's like what? So first of all, it's like what is she doing? And it's like even if what is she doing and why she's doing it, and the fact that she doesn't care and it just doesn't get played up enough. It's like almost like the Six of the Master, like when actually in a certain sense, it's almost like she could be somebody to be very frightened of, that you could be very afraid of. Because like someone who has that kind of power of time and space, who has that kind of intellect, what do you do when someone like the Doctor doesn't care? Which he gets accused of at times. But here's someone, a doctor-like figure who really doesn't care. Doesn't care about conquering, doesn't care about, isn't curious. It's just like whatever it is that crosses my mind, that's what I'm going to do, and damn the consequences of what's going on. And it's just never fully explored. It's a missed opportunity. It's a missed opportunity. Yeah.
Yep. I agree. I need to apologize to Landry because every time that Landry says, "Well, she's just a female master," I'm like, "No, you can't. Really. I don't want like that. Like there, because she is supposed to be that amoral time, but she's not. She's just a female master." So I'm sorry, Landry Q Walker, if you can hear me out there. One day he'll come back. Yeah, no, this episode kind of just blows. There's nothing good. I'm surprised that you could say that this is worse than the Three Doctors. Sorry, the Two Doctors, though.
I mean, you could say it's worse than the Three Doctors.
You could say it's worse than the Three Doctors.
It's true.
It's absolutely worse than the Three Doctors.
But it's not worse. It's not worse than the Two Doctors. Like, even though you have them coming back, it just that is such a shame because they're coming back, and it's like you come back to such a crappy story. What the hell?
No, I got it.
I don't have that pain here. I just have the pain of a concept not fully followed through. No, this is just all kinds of suck, and I knew it was as soon as we rolled it. During this season, you have a couple of very hard to spot gems, and you get to see Perry, and she's pretty, and that's all you got. Nothing else, Matt, and nothing else. It's all. What's with the look, Chris? What do you think of this story?
Oh, this episode sucks. It's not good. I don't know. I don't know why Russell thought this character has to come back.
But don't you know he didn't think about it? People were just saying the Rani, and he was like, "That works." People have been saying the Rani for so long. Might as well just do it.
He was saying those three magic words. Please come back.
I think that this past season of Doctor Who just showed that this was all the monkey's paw.
Yeah,
that's all it is. It was the monkey's paw.
Enough about season 2, season 22's episode, the Mark of the Rani. Yeah, it's not a particularly. RTD thought. Sean says RTD thought this character because the fans wanted her. Because I think mostly it's like, okay, it'd be more characters from the classic Who coming back. That could be great. That could be fun. And what he could do with that, considering, bringing back, the Daleks, the Cybermen, the Master, like what RTD, like back then during RTD1, if he brought the Rani back, what he would do with her there. It's just, unfortunately, he did bring her back, but in RTD2 era, where it just wasn't as good. But Mark of the Rani, it's not a very interesting episode. It is bloated. It's granted, I do agree with Ishan in some parts where there is some entertaining things, but not in a fun entertaining, more of a this is fun to make fun of.
Yeah.
This sucks.
This sucks. The random this mine, if you step on it, turns you into a tree and you're still conscious.
Yeah.
That just happens.
What?
And then it's like forgotten about. So there's just Luke's just a tree. He's just a tree there. Okay. The Rani is an interesting concept. The problem is, if you whittle it down, she is just a female master to the point that she is also using disguises, much like the master, to get her. Especially this master. Like, I love Anthony Ainley's master. He's my favorite of like classic Who masters. Yeah. But like he's the one that really went with the whole like master of disguise. He's wearing all these somewhat elaborate disguises to get around. Even when it's like you look like the master, and the Fifth Doctor is always like, "Oh my god, it's the master! How could I have known? How could I? I didn't see it." And it's like that dude looks like Anthony Ainley. That's definitely the master. But it's like, putting him in here when you're trying to like set up a new recurring villain that's also an evil Time Lord, it doesn't work. So now they are both sharing the screen, and I do kind of like their kind of banter with one another. She's just like, your rivalry with the Doctor is kind of pathetic. That's all you really care about. That's kind of sad. That's all you want is just this rivalry with the Doctor. I just want to do my experiments and all this shit. Like, that's interesting. I do like it. I like some of the dialogue between them, especially when the Doctor's there as well. And when having to confront two evil Time Lords, and the Doctor's like, I usually abhor violence, but when it comes to you two, I might actually like forget about it because two of you here is a threat, and I can't have you going around messing with history and messing with people. So, like, that's all that's interesting, but the overall story, it's a bit bloated for even like 2 episodes. It's very bland. I'm gonna have to agree with Stephen Moffat. She's a Z-list character. Don't bring her back. And they did, and made it worse.
Yes, and made it worse.
You know?
Yeah, it's crazy that this story blows, and it's the best Rani appearance.
Basically.
Yeah, it is.
It is. It's sad that it is. Sad that it is, because you have Time in the Rani, which not good. Dimensions in Time, which sure that is for charity, so they're doing it for a good cause, but it doesn't excuse it for being a bad story.
Yes,
and the fact that is also now potentially canon because it's in the Rani flashbacks in the season 2 finales.
Well, then you would have to consider season 2 canon, which I don't have to. That's how it works.
I agree with Ashan. The Rani is entirely held up by all the actresses' performance. Kato Mara is great. She knows what she knows what she's doing with that character.
Yep.
She's chewing scenery, so she knows what she's doing. She's great. I would say she is not the worst part of the stories that she's in. She is giving a performance. She knows what she's doing there. Like she knows what kind of role it is.
Yeah,
but she has been in better stuff though.
Yeah.
When she's playing Mel in Time in the Rani, it's so funny.
Yep.
So bad. It sucks so bad.
It's so funny.
Insane.
It's hilarious.
And what a wasted opportunity to not reveal that Mel was the Rani.
Yes. Exactly. Yep.
Yep. But I guess before we get into our ratings, a little bit of trivia for this episode. Pip and Jane Baker took the blame for the tree scene. saying they would have changed it if they knew it wouldn't work on the budget.
Yeah, no, that was egregious. It was like you like a high school play, like a tree.
Ishan adds, there's the behind the scenes clip in Dimensions where the director tells her that she's too camp. Kate mentions that she thought it was a camp show. Hey, she's agreeing with Russell.
Yeah.
Speaking of Kate O'Mara, she enjoyed the shoot, but found that the old woman makeup was so good that she was ignored and not offered a seat, like on set. The experience made her feel sorry for real old people and how society treats them. Eric Saywood found the script to be workmanlike. He also greatly disliked Pip and Jane Baker.
I mean, I get it.
This was the last story, Doctor Who story, to be directed by a woman. The next one would not be until 2007 with Blink in Series 3.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Oh, and funny enough, you know how we said even though it's only 2 episodes, it feels bloated? In the US, Canada, Germany, United Arab Emirates, Australia, and New Zealand, The Mark of the Rani was split into 4 25-minute episodes.
Huh.
Yeah. Now I'm trying to figure out where the cutoff would be in both
it
episodes.
Have been that good, right? Because like I've seen like I mean the 5 Doctors split into 4 episodes. Those cliffhangers are horrible.
Actually, I can see for part 1 when the Doctor is about to be killed, like thrown into the pit. I could feel like that could be the cutoff for part 1. So that would be like the end of part 1 of like 25 minutes. Sean says, yeah, all of season 22 stories have 25-minute versions. Yeah. Which is funny. It's like this season essentially pioneered what the reboot or quote unquote reboot, the return would be of like, let's just make the episodes 45 minutes. It just does not work here.
No.
When it's multiple 45-minute episodes. Here, let's end with something a little funny. During the scene where the Doctor makes his face dirty using Fuller's Earth, Colin Baker unknowingly smeared dog shit on his face.
No.
Ooh, that'd be bad. That'd be a bad rap.
And when Perry says you look like somebody who needs a bath, yeah, he did.
All right.
Give us a number, Joe.
Yep.
Give you a number. I think 3. Like I was thinking 4 for a minute, but then I was like, but why? Like, there's nothing about it. Like, I think a 3 is fair. It doesn't work on a lot of levels, and it avoids being a 0 because of Kate O'Mara and Anthony Andley, and there's some good bits in it. Although like Colin and Nicola here are they're not good together in this yet. Like this is not one of the stories they really gel well in. They're just like perpetually annoyed with each other with occasional moments of warmth, but it's not really gelling. So yeah, 3.
Okay. Gevain?
Yeah, I'm with Joe. It's a 3. Yeah, it's a 3. I think the only, other than Kate O'Mara, who I think does a great job in this, I think, and I'm with Ishan on this one, the idea of an amoral Time Lord is still waiting to be exploited. and I'm trying to remember the show that Billy Piper was in with a bunch of other people. It was with the monsters. It's like the name of the show is like on the tip of my tongue. Freaky something. It was the show. It was kind of like a retelling of like with Frankenstein, all these monsters, where she played basically the bride of Frankenstein. And the idea of I can see Billy Piper, based on the performance of that show, playing a female amoral Time Lord. Not that they would do this with her coming back, but it's just the idea of an amoral Time Lord, particularly being a female one, is very fascinating. And it'll be nice to see one day for them to realize that. But until that happens, we've got this, and it's a 3. So I'll leave it at that.
I'm in the same boat. I thought the same thing before. But why? What redeems it other than nothing? Nothing redeems it. Just sucks. So yeah,
you can't get it to average. It's not average.
It's no. So let's go 3. Chris.
Yep.
3 for 4 or 4 for 3. I give it a 3 as well. Yeah, it's just not a good episode. Very, very bloated, but some good performances, some entertaining moments, but just not a very interesting episode. I say we go back in time and get rid of this episode, and hopefully that'll change series 14 and 15. Yeah,
it won't.
How will you know?
I know. I've seen the timelines. It's all different. The Fast Pass files. I don't know what the Fast Pass file is. But anyway, that's our show, guys. We made it to the end. You have our numbers. Like, comment, subscribe. It helps out the channel. We'll be back next week to talk about, you guessed it, Doctor Who. Even though it hurts us sometimes. A lot of times.
It does.
But at least we can come here and have these conversations. Makes it all worth it in the end, doesn't it?
Most definitely.
That's all, folks. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Farewell.
Bye.
Geronimo. Wait, no, I say Alonzi.
Yes.
Sack Russell T. Davis.